Putting on this mask brings memories that are bad and also good if you saw in the way that you saw it. You must have heard of the breaking news that their COVID-19 is back.
Health Ministry officials say there are indications that another wave of COVID-19 infections has begun.
What we are, some areas must be locked down. Otherwise we shall be overwhelmed. Otherwise we are going to see our system overwhelmed, our workers overwhelmed.
The lockdown measures, which could be
cases that move to ventilators. These are the cases that
Two positive cases of COVID-19 from two arcades in downtown Kampala have also been confirmed.
One is Namaganda Plaza and the other one is Galilaya. These two arcades, the two people who work in those arcades called our emergency response unit through community alerts. So when
P's are not followed, the numbers are likely to go up.
Be localized, like you see in all these countries. When they find this area is problematic, they say, let's first lock down this area only. We have avoided that because we want your cooperation.
President Museveni is expected to address the country next week for an update on the country's fight against COVID-19.
I heard of the news in Australia that it was coming in the Australian government and the country in Australia, but also in UK. Now we have more people actually spreading even in the United States, and so it's going all over. And so I thought that it was first over there, and then yesterday and the other days I've actually observed and of the news that even in Uganda we have actually registered cases, and in Uganda we so far have 10 cases from Bulisa, and also we have 19 cases around Wakiso. Now those are the ones that have been reported. In the cases that have been reported, there are about 6 that are in critical condition, and there are those that are actually being managed. And so and I know that just hearing about the COVID-19 again, it brings chilling effects. And for some of us, you could have lost a beloved one. You could have lost a friend. You could have lost a co-worker. You could have lost, I lost 2 mothers, and not biological, but the ladies that I served with in one of the ministries in Uganda. And I also lost a brother and his wife in 1 week and to COVID-19. And so to me, just hearing about this, it took me back to the time when that actually happened. But also when I was managing COVID-19 in 2020 and 2021, it just brought those memories. So what do we say today? What are we saying to you? It has happened. I want you to know that the God who protected you last time will be the same God who will protect you even now. Yes, very clearly. God is the only one that saved us then, and the only one that will save us even now. But there are things that we ought to do. Even as I talk about God saving us, you need to social distance. You need to wash your hands. You need to avoid crowded places. You need to be able to not hug in this time. No, you cannot die if you have not yet hugged anyone. So bonga, and if you have parents who have chronic illnesses, please try as much as possible not to expose them. They could be diabetic, they could be having a sickle cells, they could be having cancer, they could be having maybe a heart condition, maybe pressure, anything that makes them more vulnerable. We don't want to put that to them. So as you go home, as you travel up country, I know that the president has called for an emergency meeting, and he has called for Honorable Minister Nabanja and the Minister for Health, Dr. Ruth Acheng, for a meeting today. As we speak right now, there's a meeting in the State House to address and to understand. And one thing that I'm very glad with is that although some of measures that happened last time were very stringent, they had lockdowns and lockdowns. And for my friends who are outside the world, Uganda had the longest lockdown in the entire world. But we saw lives change as a result of that. And so, friends, when they announce for a new lockdown, if it's supposed to be there, I know how frustrating it can be, and I know how it's very crazy. But if they announce it, let us abide. Yes, let us abide. Please wash your hands. Please put on a mask. And don't just put on a mask because you're with people. Just put on the mask even when no one is seeing you, but if you're crowded. I'm not saying that put on a mask when you're alone, but I mean, if you're with another person, be able to put on the mask, and so that you can actually save life. I know that God, the God who saved you last time, will be the same God who will save you now. But we need to do our part. Let us not just leave it there. We need to wash our hands. We need to observe social distance. We need to be able to be at a place that we do not compromise. And so I want to say, let's wait for the guidelines. And I know that different countries have brought alert messages on how to prevent. In Uganda, the president will give a speech and guide on how best we can be able to prevent ourselves from getting exposed to COVID-19 again. So thank you so much, and I pray that you are safe, because if you are safe, then you will continue to view the content and be able to continue to like and comment and share. So if you know of someone that could have not gotten the news that are happening about COVID, share this link with them and let them know that we need to do our part, even as a medical team, and the government does their part. God bless you and shalom.